though, boy oh boy. Oh man! The throw-up landed over them. But it's battle stations. White flag comes out. She's on for young and old, this one.
Has he got the job done? Looks like he has on the inside.
The pace is electric out in front.
Big thanks to those folks down there for everything they do for the sport of Speedway. The tape's going away, they go. Once again, it's the 29 of Braxton Casey who hits the lead. I think, is that the 5 of Eli Bartley sitting there in that second spot? Then it looks like, is that the 66? No, sorry, it's the 41 of Ryland Casey sitting there in that third spot. Then we've got Caden Cracknell on the 66 bike in that fourth spot, and Taylor Wells Moore rounds them out. But it's Braxton Casey that's got the handy lead over the 5 of Eli Bartley, who's just getting overhauled now there by Ryland Casey as they come back down through turns 3 and 4. The white flag comes out. They've got one to go. In that fourth spot there is Caden Cracknell. And the win going to Braxton Casey. Second place is going to go to the 41 of Ryland Casey. Third place goes to the 66 of Caden Cracknell. Then the 5 of Eli Bartley in that fourth spot, and Taylor Wells Moore on the 88 bike will take out that fifth position. As I say, that heat sponsored by AJ Auto Electrical Limited down there in Victoria Ave. This next heat of the 200cc Junior Solos sponsored by Becker's Motorcycle Tours New Zealand Limited, and we will see the 25i of Ryan Coulthard. What's happening here? Peewee Division 2, sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. The 44 of Sam Coulthard, the 7 of Alexia Askew, and the 9 of Slade Fordyce. Lining up here, Peewee Division 2. And out of the middle there was Alexia Askew, was it? On that 7 bike, who's taking the lead from the 44 of Sam Coulthard, who's trying to get round the outside of her there, and the 9 of Slade Fordyce, sorry, who's running second, and it's Alessia Askew that's running third there. I'll get it all right in the end, I'm telling you. The 44 of Sam Coulthard leading the pack. From the 9 of Slade Fordyce and the 7 of Alexia Askew. So a good win here to Sam on that 44 bike. Sam Coulthard takes the win from the 9 of Slade Fordyce, and in that third spot, the 7 of Alexia Askew. That was the Becker's Motorcycle Tours New Zealand Limited sponsored heat. Now we go to the Junior Solos, heat 1 for them. Ryan Colvin on the 25 bike will be out of gate 1. The 21 of Lucas Colvin will be out of gate 2. The 28 of Hayden Brookland will be out of gate 3. And the 10 of Corey Russell will come out of gate 4. This heat sponsored by C. Brown Builders Limited. Corey Russell up on the outside there. Hayden Brookland and beside him. Tapes go and away they go. And it's the 21i of Lucas Colvin that gets away fairly smartly. Hayden Brookland sitting there in that second spot. The 25, of Ryan Colvin there in that third place. And the 10 of Corey Russell sitting in that fourth position. So it's the 21 of Lucas Colvin getting hunted down by the 28 of Hayden Brookland sitting there in that second spot. Then the 25 of Ryan Colvin in that third spot. and the 10 of Corey Russell in that fourth position. They've got 1 lap left to go. It's still the 21 of Lucas Colvin from the 28 of Hayden Brookland in that second place. So a good win there to Lucas Colvin. Second place going to Hayden Brookland. Third place going to the 25 of Ryan Colvin. And fourth place there going to the 10 of Corey Russell. Right, junior solos, 1-2-5s, heat 1. We'll see the 11i of Tyler Bain Hoy, the 55i of Dakota Kringle, and the 86i of Finn Reid. This heat sponsored by City Chiropractic. Down at 328 Tay Street. They do all your chiropractic servicing, whether you need your ankles, backs, shoulders, arms, elbows, whatever. They will straighten you out and sort you out. Junior solos, 1-2-5s, heat 1. Just waiting for Finn Reid. Here he comes. So Tyler Bain Hoy sitting down there in gate 1. Dakota Kringle in the middle there, gate 2. And the 86 of Finn Reid, gate 3. Oh, the tapes failed to go up properly. Bit of a hiccup. There'll be a red flag. So we'll have a take 2 of the 1-2-5s, heat 1, City Chiropractic sponsored heat. Lining up once again, Tyler Bain Hoy, Dakota Kringle and Finn Reid. Just a wee test of those tapes. They seem to be working. The City Chiropractic sponsored heat, take 2 of heat 1. This time, once again, the tapes fail to go up. Dakota just about pulls himself off his bike as he gets out the gate. I think we might go to a flag start, folks. Jeff Garnham just explaining how he's going to move the flag for the boys to start. So they've all got the tapes. The flag goes up, down, and the boys go. So, Tyler Bain Hoy goes down, so there'll be a red flag, I'd imagine. Dakota Kringle was getting away fairly smartly. It's Tyler Bain Hoy taking a wee bit of a tumble there. So, not too sure. Will they park him up and just have Finn Reid and Dakota Kringle in this or what? So this time, just Dakota Kringle and Finn Reid left. Dakota Kringle gets away and out he goes. Finn Reid's got to try and chase him down as they get down through turns 3 and 4. It's Dakota Kringle with a reasonable lead now over Finn Reid. Young Finn slides through turns 1 and 2. Dakota sliding through turns 3 and 4. Finn Reid on that 86 bike, hot on his tail. The 55 of Dakota Kringle dominating here at the moment though, as he heads down to the south end of the track. Through he comes. White flag comes out. He's got 1 to go. Round through turns 1 and 2 he goes. Finn Reid still there in that second spot. So a good win coming up to Dakota Kringle here. He'll take the win from Finn Reid on that 86 bike. So the 55 of Dakota Kringle is the victor. Finn Reid on that 86 bike is in second spot. Right, heat 2 of the junior solos, the 125s. We'll see the 14i of Cormac Buchanan in gate 1. The 44i of Mason Coulthard will be in gate 2. And the 53i of Jacob Vorkamp will be in gate 3. This heat is sponsored by Crackers Contracting. They do pile driving, you name it, they can make it happen. You get a contact with Dwayne Cracknell for that. Crackers Contracting. So the way they go, it looks like once again Cormac Buchanan stamping a bit of dominance on this. Mason Coulthard sitting there in that second place, and Jacob Vorkamp comes down as I go to mention his name down there in turn 3. So through they come, still Cormac Buchanan over the 44 of Mason Coulthard, and Jacob Vorkamp gets himself back underway again on that 53 bike. White flag comes out, it's Cormac Buchanan sliding back down through turns 1 and 2 he goes. In that second spot, still Mason Coulthard, and the 53 of Jacob Vorkamp sitting in that third spot. So there we have it, Cormac Buchanan taking the win from Mason Coulthard and the 53 of Jacob Vorkamp. Right, back to the big track we go. And the Creation Sign sponsored heat of the A-grade solos. And we will see the 4 of Adam Shuttleworth coming out alongside brother Daniel on that 16 bike, and the 11 of Jake Gillespie. Rightio, coming up into line here for the Creation Sign sponsored heat of the A-grade solos. Adam Shuttleworth down at gate 1. Daniel Shuttleworth gate 2, Jake Gillespie gate 3, and from gate 3 Jake Gillespie gets out and cuts across the face of the field as they go down through that South Coast Customs turn. He'll take the lead from that second place of Daniel Shuttleworth, Adam Shuttleworth, and then Daniel Shuttleworth sitting there in that third position. Through they come. Jake Gillespie leads the charge from the 4 of Adam Shuttleworth and the 16 of Daniel Shuttleworth. Down that Scarecrow gardening back straight and back down through that total conveyor turn they go. It's Jake Gillespie leading the way from Adam Shuttleworth on that 4 bike and the 16 bike of Daniel Shuttleworth in that third position. There's been no change. Back down that extreme carts, back straight they go. Through that Permacoat roofing turn, out of that Rogers Yamaha turn they come. It's still Jake Gillespie leading the way from Adam Shuttleworth, still there in that second spot, and brother Daniel still there in that third position. So through that Seabright turn they come, and it's Jake Gillespie who'll take the win from the 4 bike of Adam Shuttleworth and the 16 bike of Daniel Shuttleworth in that third position. So the 11i of Jake Gillespie taking the win. Right, B grade solos, heat 1. The 46 of Jimmy Hannon, the 9 of Zane Pay, the 15 of Devlin Joseph, the 24 of Phil Coulthard, the 48 of Pat Dysart, and the 17 of Paul Highstead. So a good field of B graders here today. 6 across the line. Devlin Joseph obviously forgotten something. The bike's parked up and he's run to the pits. He's called for 2 minutes. So I'll run through them once again. The 46i of Jimmy Hannon, going to be in gate 1. I haven't seen Jimmy out there yet. Is he there? Oh, 46 is out. So Zane Pay will take gate 2 on the 9 bike. Devlin Joseph, who we're waiting on to come back, will take gate 3. The 29i of Phil Coulthard is in gate 4. The 48i of Pat Dysart in gate 5. And the 17 of Paul Highstead, who looks like he's going to go off the 30 metres, is he? Is coming through gate 6. So Devlin getting pushed away thanks to Frank Brooklyn. He'll come around and take his place. Zane Pay down there in gate 2, and beside him Devlin Joseph gate 3, Phil Coulthard on that 29 bike, gate 4, and out on the outside here the 48 of Pat Dysart. Page going away they go. Looks like Devlin Joseph got out fairly smartly, so did Pat Dysart. Oh, Pat Dysart goes down and Phil Coulthard is in that 4th spot now. So Devlin Joseph leads them through as they come down through that Permacoat roofing turn. In second place there is the 15 of Devlin Joseph. It's the 9 of Zane Pay, who leads the charge. Then we've got Phil Coulthard on that 29 bike in that 3rd spot. Not too sure what's happened to Paul Highstead. He's come infield as well as Pat Dysart, who took a tumble down there in turn 1. So Zane Pay leading the way from Devlin Joseph in that second spot and Phil Coulthard in that third position. Down through that, past that Seabright sign they come. 1 lap left to go, still Zane Pay, just narrowly from Devlin Joseph, who's getting on his back wheel now as they come out of that GoPro turn and back down that Extreme Karts back straight. Still Zane Pay from Devlin Joseph as they come out of that Rogers Yamaha turn. Oh, and it's Zane Pay just narrowly by half a bike length from Devlin Joseph, and third place there to Phil Coulthard on that 29 bike. In the classic solos today, heat 1 for them, race 13 on the program. You'll see the 69 of Joe Hughes, the 91 of Les Payne and the 71 of Derek McRae. Joe Hughes will come out of gate 1 on that 69 bike. The 91 of Les Payne will come out of gate 2. And Derek McRae on that 71 bike will come out of gate 3. This heat sponsored by Dave Bartley from Harcourts in Invercargill. So takes up and away they go. Joe Hughes, first one down into the turn. Sitting in beside him there, Les Payne. Coming round the outside is Derek McRae. They're all fairly close together as they come out of that Rogers Yamaha turn. It's still Joe Hughes though, just in front of Les Payne. Les Payne slides underneath him as they go down through that Seabright Autos turn. And Joe Hughes goes back to second. Derek McRae back there in third position. Round they come. Les Payne leading the way. Derek McRae's moved up into second. Joe Hughes gone back to third as they go down that Sonos Sound Systems back straight for the final time. So a good win here to Les Payne on that 91 bike. Second place going to Derek McRae on the 71 bike. And third place going to Joe Hughes on that 69 bike. .29 of Braxton Casey. Tapes go, away they go. Eli Bartley got out fairly smartly. But once again, Braxton Casey on that 29 bike scoots to the front. So Eli Bartley, that 5 bike, he's in second place. Third place is the 41 bike of Ryland Casey. Then we go to the 66 of Caden Cracknell and the 88 of Taylor Wells Moore. So once again, Braxton Casey on that 29 bike, sliding through there. The 41 of Ryland Casey as he got up into second place. To Eli Bartley gone back to third. Then the 66 of Caden Cracknell and then the 88 of Taylor Wells Moore. Well, Braxton Casey once again comes through, takes the checkered flag from the 41 of Ryland Casey and the 5 of Eli Bartley in that third place, the 66 of Caden Cracknell in fourth place, and the 88 of Taylor Wells Moore takes out that fifth spot. So that's Peewee Division 1. Peewee Division 2, we'll see the 9 of Slade Fordyce, the 7 of Alexia Askew, and the 44 of Sam Coulthard. So the 9, Slade Fordyce down in gate 1, Alexia Askew gate 2, Sam Coulthard gate 3 or 4. Out they come. And it's the 9 of Slade Fordyce, but Sam Coulthard catches up on him fairly smartly and gets round the outside. It looks like Slade Fordyce starting to push him wide, using a bit of the big boy tactics as they come through turns 1 and 2. Still Slade Fordyce just narrowly from Sam Coulthard. Sam Coulthard now just gets his nose in front of Slade Fordyce, and Alexia Askew is still there in that 3rd spot. So Sam Coulthard leading now from Slade Fordyce in that 2nd spot. Alexia Askew still there in that 3rd place. So the 9, the 44, sorry, of Sam Coulthard will take the checkered flag. The 9 of Slade Fordyce will take that 2nd place, and 3rd place will go to Alexia Askew on that 7 bike. That one incidentally sponsored by GoPro Invercargill. This next heat of the junior solos, the 200s, sponsored by McLeod Diesel Limited. We should see, this is heat 3 for these guys, race 34 in the program. This is 10I Corey Russell in gate 1. The 28 of Hayden Brookland will be in gate 2. The 25 of Ryan Colvin in gate 3, and the 21I of Lucas Colvin in gate 4. So tapes up and away they go. Hayden Brookland got out fairly smartly, but the 2 Colvin boys were, oh, Tyler Bain Hoy takes another tumble. Red flags will come out. Just clipped the back of another bike there. The 2 Colvin boys, Ryan and Lucas, they were going for it. They were determined to hunt Hayden Brookland down. And young Tyler got caught up in the fray. He's up on his feet and walking about, which is a good sign. Good to see. So, take 2 of the McLeod Diesel Limited sponsored heat of the junior solos to the 200s. I'll line back up again. Hayden Brookland. Oh, sorry, that was Corey Russell, the 10 bike. Tapes going away, they go. The 21 of Lucas Colvin, he read that pretty smart. He got out like a rocket, but Hayden Brookland's right there with him. Hayden Brookland just narrowly in front of Lucas Colvin. Then we go back to the 25 of Ryan Colvin. So round they come. It's Hayden Brookland just narrowly over the 21 of Lucas Colvin and the 25 of Ryan Colvin. 1 lap left to go, still Hayden Brookland. Lucas Colvin right there with him though, and the 21 of Ryan Colvin there in that 3rd spot. So through they come. Hayden Brookland takes the win from the 21 of Lucas Colvin and the 25 of Ryan Colvin. Sorry about the confusion there with Tyler Bain Hoy and Corey Russell. It was young Corey Russell that took the tumble there. Right, race 35 in the program. Junior solos, the 125s. This time we see Tyler Bain Hoy on the 11 bike, the 44 of Mason Coulthard, and the 86 of Finn Reid. This one here sponsored by Newfield Autos out there in Tweed Street. This is heat 5 for these wee fellas. The 11I, Tyler Bain Hoy, gate 1. Mason Coulthard in the middle there. He gets a good start from the 86 of Finn Reid. Tyler Bain-Hoy tries to slide underneath Mason Coulthard as they come underneath Tyler Bain-Hoy as they come round. So it's still Mason Coulthard leading the way from Mason Coulthard and Finn Reid. Sorry, Finn Reid in that second spot, Mason Coulthard in that third spot. So Mason Coulthard and Finn Reid 1 and 2. Tyler Bain-Hoy in that third spot. Mason Coulthard coming through here for the checkered flag. He'll take the win. Second place going to Finn Reid, and third place there to Tyler Bain-Hoy. Junior solos, the 1-2-5s. Heat 6, we'll see the 14 of Cormac Buchanan, the 53 of Jacob Vorkamp. I hope he's okay. I hope he is going to come out. Nobody's told me otherwise, so he is there. Good to see. And the 14 of Cormac Buchanan, the 55, sorry, of Dakota Kringle. The 14 of Cormac Buchanan down on gate 1. The 53 of Jacob Vorkamp in there in gate 2, and the 55 of Dakota Kringle, gate 3. So away they go. Dakota Kringle and Cormac Buchanan are fighting it out for 1 and 2, but once again, Cormac Buchanan gets his nose in front. Oh, Dakota Kringle takes a bit of a dive. He stays on the horse though, and through they come. Still Cormac Buchanan leading the way from Dakota Kringle and Jacob Vorkamp. So Cormac Buchanan slides through turns 1 and 2. Once again, Dakota Kringle still there in that second place. Jacob Vorkamp still there in that third spot. So Cormac Buchanan and Dakota Kringle. Dakota Kringle closed it up a little bit. He's less than a bike length away. Through they come, but it's Cormac Buchanan that's going to take the win from Dakota Kringle in second place and Jacob Vorkamp in that third position. Right, back to the big track we go for the A-grade solos. Heat 3 for these boys. This one sponsored by Nova Glass down there in Preston Street. We'll see Daniel Shuttleworth on the 16 bike. He'll be in gate 1. The 11 of Jake Gillespie will be in gate 2. And the 4 of Adam Shuttleworth will be in gate 3. Righto, takes up, they're underway for the Nova Glass sponsored heat of the A-grade solos. Looks like Jake Gillespie got away fairly smartly that time. He's leading the field. Looks like it's Adam Shuttleworth once again that's gone into that second place, and Daniel Shuttleworth in that third position. So Jake Gillespie down through this start finish straight he comes with Adam Shuttleworth there in second and Daniel Shuttleworth there in that third spot. Back down through that McLeod diesel turn they go. Still Jake Gillespie leading the way from Adam Shuttleworth on that 4 bike in that second spot on the 15 of Adam Shuttleworth. The 16 of Daniel Shuttleworth in that third position. Jake Gillespie open it up a little bit here now over the 4 of Adam Shuttleworth and the 16 of Daniel Shuttleworth. Down through turns 1 and 2 they go once again. There's been no change as they go down past that Extreme Karts sign on the back straight. To come out of that Rogers Yamaha turn, it's Jake Gillespie who'll take the win from Adam Shuttleworth on that 4 bike, and third place going to the 16 of Daniel Shuttleworth. So the 11, Jake Gillespie, victorious there. B grade solos, heat 3. This one sponsored by Permacoat Roofing Southland Limited. We'll see the 9 of Zane Pay in gate 1. The 48 of Pat Dysart is in gate 3. The 15 of Devlin Joseph is in gate 4. The 29 of Phil Coulthard is gate 5, and Jimmy Hannon on the 46 is gate 6. Takes up, they're underway. So, looks like Zane Pay and Devlin Joseph 1 and 2 at the moment. Devlin Joseph gets up alongside Zane Pay. Pat Dysart sitting there in that 3rd spot. Jimmy Hannon in 4th. Phil Coulthard in that 5th position. There's not much between 1 and 2 here as they come down through here. Zane Pay and Devlin Joseph. Zane Pay just about a bike length or so in front of Devlin Joseph as they go past that Extreme Karts sign on the back straight once again. Down through that Rogers Yamaha turn they come. It's still Zane Pay leading the way narrowly from Devlin Joseph. Pat Dysart still there in that 3rd spot. Jimmy Hannon still there in that 4th place. And Phil Coulthard in that 5th position. So still narrowly Zane Pay from Devlin Joseph. There's not much between 1 and 2 here. Pat Dysart still in that 3rd spot on that 48 bike. Oh, Jimmy Hannon goes down. So that will let Phil Coulthard up into that 4th position. Pat Dysart still there in 3rd. They're having a great battle out in front here. Zane Pay and Devlin Joseph. Zane Pay by about a bike length from Devlin Joseph, who ended up in 2nd spot. 3rd place going to Pat Dysart. 4th place would go to Phil Coulthard. That the Permacoat Roofing Southland Limited sponsored heat. This next heat of the Classic Solos, heat 3 for these guys, is the Alford Contracting sponsored heat. This is race 39 in the program if you've lost your way somewhere. And we'll see the 71 of Derek McRae come out in gate 1. The 69 of Joe Hughes come out in gate 2. And the 91 of Les Payne will be in gate 3. And this one sponsored, as I say, by Alford Contracting. Derek McRae, gate 1. Joe Hughes in beside him on that 69 bike. And then the 91 of Les Payne takes up and along the way. Joe Hughes once again, he gets away to a flyer of a start. He's the first one down to the turn. He gets a wee bit out of shape. Derek McRae and Les Payne watch what's happening in front of them. They take a wee bit of evasive action. They all stay on. Through they come. It's Derek McRae takes over once again. Les Payne goes up into 2nd place. And 3rd place is Joe Hughes on that 69 bike. So through that C Brown Builders turn they go. Derek McRae leading the way from Les Payne and Joe Hughes. Through they come. Still Derek McRae with 1 lap left to go. Les Payne has closed up quite considerably on him. Joe Hughes is back there a little bit in that 3rd spot. So still Derek McRae narrowly from Les Payne as they come down through this Permacoat Roofing turn. Les Payne goes slow. Derek McRae goes wide and gets close to the fence. So Les Payne will take the win, sliding underneath Derek McRae as they came through that Rogers Yamaha turn. So a win there to Les Payne over Derek McRae in second place, and third place there going to Joe Hughes. So that was the 29, Braxton Casey, taking another win there from the 66 of Caden Cracknell, then the 41 of Rylan Casey, the 5 of Eli Bartley, and the 88 of Taylor Wells Moore. Right, this next heat sponsored by Rata Park Rest Home. The 44 of Sam Coulthard, the 9 of Slade Fordyce, and the 7 of Alexia Askew. It's the 9 of Slade Fordyce that makes his way to the front here from Sam Coulthard on that 44 bike and Alexia Askew on the 7 bike. Looks like Sam Coulthard is trying to get round the outside of Slade Fordyce as they come through the start-finish straight once again. Sam Coulthard gets his nose in front of Slade Fordyce. And Alexia Askew there in that third place. They've got one lap left to go. And it's still Sam Coulthard in the lead from Slade Fordyce and Alexia Askew. So another good win here for Sam. Sam Coulthard on the 41 bike takes the win from the 9 of Slade Fordyce and the 7 of Alexia Askew. Move up now into the junior solos, the 200 class. Heat 4 for these fellas. This one sponsored by Riverside Rentals Limited. And we will see Lucas Colvin on the 21 bike in gate 1. The 25 of Ryan Colvin in gate 2. The 10 of Corey Russell in gate 3. And the 28 of Hayden Brookland out here in gate 4. So they're underway. 48153. So, sorry folks, I just got a wee bit sidetracked there. 21, Ryan Colvin leading the way from the 25 of Lucas Colvin. Hayden Brooklyn sliding up into second place there. So, it's the 21 of Lucas Colvin still leading the way from the 28 of Hayden Brooklyn and the 25 of Ryan Colvin. Then we've got Corey Russell in that fourth place. So a good win to the 21 of Lucas Colvin. He was trying to, Ryan Colvin tried to overhaul Hayden Brooklyn there as they crossed the start-finish line. I'm not too sure who got that second spot, to be honest with you. The 21, 28, 25, I think, was the way it finished. Right, junior solos, 125s. This one sponsored by Rogers Motorcycles. Got the 53 of Jacob Vorkamp down there in gate 1, and beside him Cormac Buchanan on the 14, and the 11 of Tyler Bain Hoy. Once again, Cormac Buchanan, out he comes and hits the front from Tyler Bain Hoy there in that second spot. Third place is Jacob Vorkamp on that 53 bike. So, Cormac Buchanan Slides his way through turns 3 and 4 once again. Whoops, down goes Jacob Voorkamp. Just while we sort this out, folks, if you thought you had the winning ticket, you haven't. The prize has been claimed, and a very generous $200 donation back to the club from Phil Reid. So thank you for that, Phil. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So that 50-50 raffle has been claimed. So just the two of them left in this, the Rogers Motorcycle sponsored heat of the Junior Solos 125. Tapes go once again, and Cormac Buchanan straight to the front from Tyler Bain Hoy on that 11 bike. So young Cormac, he's using all the track. Young Tyler Bain Hoy keeps it down low, but Cormac just relishes this. He's flat tack, as it were, right out on the outside edge of the track. Tyler Bain Hoy closes up a little bit. He keeps it down low. But young Cormac Buchanan on that 14 bike will get the white flag. Tyler Bain Hoy still sitting there in that second place. So checkered flag for Cormac Buchanan. Second place goes to Tyler Bain Hoy. So, Heat 8 for the Junior Solos, the 125s. This one sponsored by Scarecrow Gardening. We've got the 55 of Dakota Kringle, the 86 of Finn Reid, and the 44 of Mason Coulthard. Oh, Dakota had a bit of a malfunction. That's a shame for Dakota. So it's Finn Reid out in front there from Mason Coulthard. So Finn Reid leading round Mason Coulthard. Two-horse race. The Scarecrow Gardening Limited sponsored heat. Finn Reid and Mason Coulthard. White flag, one to go. So it's Finn Reid on that 86 bike who will take the win from the 44 of Mason Coulthard. Coming up is the B final, and the way they've worked this out, this is 5th to 9th position on the points. So we're just waiting for some numbers and some names so I can fill my program in. I can tell you that the top qualifier for the A main will be Andrew Buchanan, and then Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell, first equal with Andrew Buchanan. Third is Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone. Fourth is Irwin Tree, Brett. Oh, we're just having another wee tally up here. Sorry, folks.
Just speaking about sponsors, Pete, we've got a couple of good local sponsors here at the track as well as that sponsored our series. Creation Signs, if you look at all the Aussie and the Peewee teams as they raced, all their race vests and bibs were made by Creation Signs and put together by Arrow Upholstery. Again, all donated, so credit to them, and it's great to have them on board. And of course, it can't go without saying Jason Clark from Extreme Karts, name and right sponsor, and also a great supporter, and he's been an absolute pleasure to work with in this lead up to this event.
Yeah, like you say, Jeff, sponsors, that's what helps the Speedway, all right. And it's great to have the likes of Creation Signs on board. Rightio, A-grade solos coming out here for the Seabright Auto sponsored heat. We've got Adam Shuttleworth in gate 1 on the 4 bike, the 11 bike of Jake Gillespie in gate 2, and the 16 of Daniel Shuttleworth in gate 3. So, tapes up, away they go. Jake Gillespie and Daniel Shuttleworth got out fairly smartly. Daniel Shuttleworth looks to get round the outside of Jake Gillespie, but it's Jake Gillespie as they head down that Sonos Sound Systems back straight and down through that McLeod diesel turn. It's Jake Gillespie with Daniel Shuttleworth sitting there in second, Adam Shuttleworth sitting there in that third position. Out of that GoPro turn they come. It's still Jake Gillespie leading the way from Daniel Shuttleworth. Oh, Daniel Shuttleworth throws it into the fence, and Adam Shuttleworth goes up into second spot. Daniel's up and away again, almost. It's still Jake Gillespie though. That lead, oh, the red flags come out. So they've stopped this. So they're going to have a rerun here. Line back up again, Jake Gillespie and Adam Shuttleworth. This the Seabright Auto sponsored heat. Tapes going, away they go. Jake Gillespie got out fairly smartly once again. Adam Shuttleworth sitting there in that second position. Through they come. It is Jake Gillespie as he goes down through past that Northside Sand and Gravel sign, and out of that Rogers Yamaha corner they come. It's still Jake Gillespie from Adam Shuttleworth on that 4 bike, the 11 bike and the 4 bike. Only a bike length in it as they come out of the Rogers Yamaha turn. Once again, almost side by side, still Jake Gillespie, Adam Shuttleworth right on his back wheel as they come out of that South Coast Customs turn and down that Extreme Karts back straight once again. Down through that Permacoat roofing turn they come. Oh, Jake Gillespie got a bit unstuck there. Adam Shuttleworth will get the white flag. I'm not sure what happened to Jake. Looked like his bike just suddenly stopped. And Adam Shuttleworth's come to a grinding halt as well. So there you have it, folks. Looks like it's all done and dusted and it was on the last lap. Jake doesn't look like he's too happy. It almost looked like that bike seized, I'm not sure. Adam Shuttleworth's still going. It looks like he's got a flat tyre, has he? No? Yes? Hard to tell. Something dragging off the back of the bike there. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh no, it's going to be the final of the B grade. I thought I'd been misinformed once again, but nevertheless. So Devlin Joseph down in gate 1 on the 15 bike. In beside him the 48 of Pat Dysart, the 46 of Jimmy Hannon in gate 3. Zane Pay out here in gate 4 on the 9 bike, and Phil Coulthard on the 29 bike. This one sponsored by Southern City Meat Processors. Tapes up and away they go. Looks like Pat Dysart was the first one into the turn, but going around the outside of him, it looked like it's Zane Pay, then Devlin Joseph, then Pat Dysart. That's the way they run as they head past that north side sand and gravel sign and come through turns 3 and 4. It looks like Zane Pay leading the way from in second place Pat Dysart. Third place is Phil Coulthard. Fourth place is Phil Hannon. Jimmy Hannon, sorry. Through they come once again. It is the 9 of Zane Pay, the 48 of Pat Dysart in second place. Third place is the 29 of Phil Coulthard. Devlin Joseph and Jimmy Hannon both infield. The white flag comes out. Zane Pay got a handy lead over Phil Coulthard on that 29 bike, and the 48 of Pat Dysart sitting there in that third position. So a good win there to Zane Pay. He'll take the win and take it comfortably from Phil Coulthard on the 29 bike in second spot, and the 48 bike of Pat Dysart in that third position. As I say, that one sponsored by Southern City Meat Processors. So this is the Solo Classics. This one sponsored by South Coast Customs. So Les Payne and Joe Hughes and Derek McRae lining up here. This is heat 4 for these boys. This is race 53 in the program. Hopes up, they're underway. Derek McRae got away fairly smartly, so too Les Payne. Joe Hughes is right there as well. So it's Derek McRae as they go down that extreme carts back straight for the first time. Through that permacoat roofing turn they go. It is Derek McRae leading the way from Les Payne and Joe Hughes. There's been no change as they come down through this start finish straight. Still Derek McRae from Les Payne and Joe Hughes. So Derek McRae gets shown the white flag, one to go. Les Payne still there in that second spot. Joe Hughes still there in that third position. Down that extreme carts back straight they go once again. And we'll see a checkered flag for Derek McRae on that 71 bike. Second place, the 91 of Les Payne. And third place, the 69 of Joe Hughes.